I was talking to my therapist today, and he was like, "Well, I was talking, getting real deep with him today, and I was talking to him, and I was like, well, yeah, stuff in my past, like I've betrayed, I've betrayed partners and this and that." And he was like, "Well, something that comes to mind is," he was like, "Let me ask you, and I hate to be so, because so right off the bat, it was in the beginning of the session, and he said, but look, you're a lucky guy, you got your wife, you're really lucky. Let me ask you something. Do you think you deserve her?" And I go, and I'm like, but it's just Monday. And part of me is like, are you saying I don't deserve her? Because Cincy. But then I go a little bit further and think he's asking me the question. And then I'm just like, and I'm like, I have a pretty healthy ego. But then I'm like, if you have a pretty healthy ego, it's because you're insecure. Everything is the same, right? If you scream out, fuck gays, it's probably because you got some pent up stuff and want to get blown in the butthole, right? Who's just on the level? Dude, so he says, do you think you deserve her? And I go, I don't, I, I don't, I don't. That was my answer. Dude, I'm 43. I should know this shit. But I'm just like, why is it so hard to know how you feel, bro? I was telling this to my therapist too. I was like, I don't know, dude, and I don't know how I feel, and it's so hard. And I do so much therapy, and I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this. Like the other day, I was like, dude, it's so hard. It gets harder, and I don't want. I was like, I just don't want to. What if I just stopped? You ever think of that? What if you just stopped working on your problems and you just were committed to being absolutely close minded and absolutely set in your ways, like one of those 1940s fucking dads, We don't do that. We talk about the weather. How are you? Tell me how you are. Well, I got something bothering me. No, no. How are you? Now say in a good way. How are you? What good are you? And tell me about the weather. You know what I mean? Everything's great. I need to be a 1940s dad, dude. And just everything's fine, because if you're that closed off, because also they live forever, dude. You know? They lived so long. And I know that life expectancy is longer now, but it's like, dude, not really, because more shit kills you now, too. There's Monsanto or whatever the hell it's called. What the hell's it called? What is it? Monsanto. Monsanto, whatever it is, dude. It's corn syrup and everything. But anyway, so, and I was like, what if I just did that? What if I looked at Chris and I was like, what if I just stopped therapy? And she was like, that's my nightmare. And I was like, I know, but like, think about this. And I just, like, I could just live like, if a problem happened, it just goes, because you can just kind of like not do problems. And I know that sounds pretty fucked up, but like you kind of can as a guy. You can kind of just be like, that's a problem. And you just go, they'll be fine. And I talk about this on stage now, but like you can, of course you can just be that way. And then you have to deal with, a really painful death when you're like 82, right? Because that stuff becomes like cancer, It like becomes like your thoughts of like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with the bullshit. Hi, how you doing? How's the weather? That becomes straight up. You'll just be like, it'll become any disease. It doesn't even matter. Like you'll be a white guy with sickle cell at the end. It's just like, you can't not. So I guess you got to work it all out. I don't know, man. I'm trying.